ground, Scully 26 at main ramp number 4, ready to pick up IFR.
Sky 26, Riverside ground, clear to the Riverside Airport as filed. Maintain 2,500, expect 3,000, 10 minutes after departure.
This is GOGETAIR G750. Ran into the guys at Scissortail Aerosport up at Oshkosh last year, and they had this aircraft in their display. Started asking a lot of questions about it. Sleek little airplane. I already own 2 airplanes, both Cessna products, and I was looking for something a little bit different. I've been doing some research about diamonds and some other, vans, aircraft, and this caught my eye. My wife liked it, of course. Her and my daughter were up with me at Oshkosh, so we were drooling on it a little bit. I went back, did some reading, did a little research, and came to talk to Scissortail folks. When we were going through the discussions about the purchase, the plane was set up as a VFR aircraft, and I wanted it to be IFR capable. So we talked through a few options. Ended up adding a couple of Garmin components to the dash and to make it IFR compatible. And it shoots RNAV approaches, ILS approaches, hands off all the way to minimums. I have flown it already down to Dallas and back. It's performed well in Class B. It works really good, just like any other IFR platform. The modifications to the airplane were handled swiftly right here at Riverside. A sister company for Scissortail Aviation, Redman is the company that did it, performed some custom work on the dash to move part of the components that came with the plane to offset them in the dash and transition them about a 15-degree angle over to the pilot side, and then stack the new components that we asked for in the dash. Took probably 3 weeks to get accomplished, and everything worked well as advertised. I had a business trip recently, filed IFR down to a small field just south and west of Fort Worth. Left out of Riverside, flew 10,000 feet down, had my meeting, not filed, flew 9,000 foot altitude coming back. Total fuel burn for that trip was just under 18 gallons. Since this airplane runs on 91 octane, it cost me just over $64 in fuel for all the round trip to get down there and back. Turns out the trip coming home was a little quicker than I expected. It was just about 1 hour and 35 minutes coming back that far. Some of the other aspects about this airplane that are, in my opinion, sexy would be it's almost like a baby Cirrus. It comes with modern avionics, all glass cockpit. It has a parachute, all carbon fiber. It's very slippery when you fly it. It's very tough to slow down. It gets to speed really quick. It runs on a Rotax 914 turbo engine. Very reliable. A little different getting used to it if you're used to flying a Lycoming or Continental, but very efficient, very quiet. You almost don't need a headset in the cockpit, but the only reason for that is so you can talk to the folks around you. But very quiet, very efficient airplane. Walking through a startup process, checklist. Pretty much just go left to right across the dash. Key off, mag off, batteries on primary, backup is locked out, on, avionics, nav, autopilot. Skip the fuel pump number 2, that comes at a later stage, nav, strobe, and landing lights. And then do our destination. If we want, we can put in destination waypoint K O KM enter. And then it sets up this is my IFR. My Navcom radio was an upgrade. The G175 is all the IFR that slaves to the Dynon display. When I purchased the aircraft, the Garmin 696 was in the center, and it comes with the aircraft. I had Scissortail Aerosport move that over. They built me a custom bracket to tilt it at about a 15-degree angle, and that way I can still utilize that. I can split these two units with toggle switches. One is for the displays, one is for the radios between my backup radio and the primary radio. One of the items that comes standard with all of the GOGETAIR aircraft is the parachute. In this aircraft, it's right in front of the windscreen. The handle is just off to the right, just to the right of the fuel selector, and it comes standard with every aircraft that they provide. This is a great plane, great bird, and I think anybody that is able to experience having one of these in the future will really, really enjoy it.